If you have a history of MCL irritation, meniscus tears, or you know that you have a tendency to have your knee fall in as you're doing exercises, this exercise is going to help you to prevent that. So I'm Dr. Christina, the Picky PT, and I like to show you how to use exercise in a picky way to make sure you get the most benefit from it rather than just doing it and not getting much out of it. I've been looking on the internet and looking at the millions of options of exercises out there, and some of the more interesting ones is this is an exercise that caught my eye, so I wanted to talk to you about how to do it properly to get the most benefit out of it that you can. So if you think about your knee joint, I want you to take two fists and I want you to place them on top of each other. If you have a tendency to let your knee fall in, what that actually looks like in your knee joint is opening up of the inside of your knee. As you can see, that puts strain on the ligaments here on the inside, such as your MCL, and it actually puts more pressure on your lateral meniscus, your outer meniscus, because you can see that my pinky bones are closer to each other and that meniscus is being squashed and has more of a chance of getting torn that way. So if you know that you have a tendency to have your knee fall in, you have a history of an MCL injury or a lateral meniscus injury, this exercise is for you. If you like learning about your own body, your anatomy, and how to best take care of yourself, make sure to like and subscribe to this channel before I show you this exercise. So to set this exercise, because your knee likes to fall in, you're gonna want some resistance that helps you to pull out. So you're going to get a TheraBand, wrap it around the outer part of your knee, and you're gonna anchor the other end of the TheraBand to something that's immovable or have a friend hang on to it. Then you want to start this exercise from the foot all the way up to the hip. So things that you want to consider is when your knee tends to fall in, your foot also wants to cave in as well. We call this pronation versus if your foot is overarched, we call that supination. So we've talked about in past videos how to support your arch in the best way, which is going to be spreading your toes, using your big toe pressing down and in to lift that arch up, so you're using your own muscles to support your arch. Notice that when I do that, it automatically brings my knee in alignment with the foot better, rather than having to force the knee out as I do this, okay? So we're starting with a good arch support from those toes. Then we're gonna think about our hip. If you notice, my pelvis is a little bit rotated this way because my knee falling in makes my pelvis wanna rotate. So instead, I'm gonna sit back into this glute, opening up my glute on my left side so that my knee again comes into alignment better with my foot, all right? Once everything's in alignment and I can feel my arch being supported, my glute being open, and I feel my hip muscle engaged with keeping that knee in alignment, I'm gonna balance here. And if I wanted to, I could just sit here and pull in and out. That would be kind of a first level of this exercise. But if I want to challenge it even more, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a step over the band, and then I'm going to take a step back over the band. As I do this, I don't want my pelvis to twist again. I don't want my foot to fall in again. So the whole time I'm thinking about arch support, I'm thinking about pelvis in neutral, and I'm thinking about keeping my knee in alignment with my foot and my hip. So if you do this correctly, you're gonna feel a nice burn, not only in your arch, but in the outer part of your hip as well. You should not be feeling any strain in your knee. If you are, that means that you're trying to use your knee too much to push out rather than pulling yourself into alignment using your foot and your pelvis as well. So try it out and see if training this helps you to do walking, standing, exercises better without those knees falling in. So hopefully what you learned from this video is that your knee falling in is not just a knee issue. It also comes from foot weakness, it comes from pelvis instability, and so you've got to fix all of those things at the same time. If you work on strengthening all of those together, you will be able to do exercises such as squatting, lunging, walking, running with less of your knee falling in because you're working on the stability of the whole chain together. If doing this exercise is not enough, you don't notice an improvement in your knees wanting to fall in as you do activity, make sure to reach out to a neuromuscular expert, a physical therapist who can develop a personalized program for you and make sure that you meet the goals that you have in mind.